Hey everyone! Welcome back to Speak Better Daily. Let me ask you a question. If you had to speak English for 5 minutes right now, could you do it without feeling nervous?
Honestly, Emma, I think many English learners would say, I understand English, but when I try to speak, my mind goes completely blank.
Exactly. And that's why today is different. We're starting a 30-day English speaking challenge designed to help you stop being afraid of English and start actually speaking it.
For the next 30 days, we're going to practice together through simple, natural conversations. You'll learn how to introduce yourself, talk about your daily life, express your opinions, tell stories, and communicate in real-life situations.
But there's one important rule. Don't just listen to us. Speak with us. Pause the video, repeat our sentences, answer our questions, and try to speak without looking at the answers.
And don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. The goal isn't to speak perfect English on day one. The goal is to become better and more confident every single day.
So, are you ready to find out how much your English can improve in just 30 days?
Then stay with us, take the challenge seriously, and subscribe to Speak Better Daily. Your journey starts right now.
Welcome to day 1 of the 30-day English speaking challenge. Let's stop waiting to speak English
And start speaking it. Let's begin.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Speak Better Daily and welcome to day 1 of our 30-day English speaking challenge. Today, we're starting with one of the most important skills you need when speaking. English. Introducing yourself. Imagine you meet someone new and they ask, "Hi, nice to meet you. Tell me a little about yourself." Would you know what to say? Let's practice together and make your introduction sound natural and confident. First, start with your basic information. You can say, "Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Somalia. And I'm a university student." Then add a little more information about yourself. You could say, "I'm learning English because I want to speak confidently and communicate with people from different countries." Notice that you don't need complicated words. Short and clear sentences are enough when you're starting. Now, pause for a moment and introduce yourself out loud. Say your name, your country, and what you do. Now, let's make the conversation more interesting. Imagine someone asks, "What do you like to do in your free time?" You could answer, "In my free time, I enjoy watching movies, listening to music, reading books, and spending time with my friends." You can also talk about your goals. For example, one of my biggest goals is to improve my English and become a confident speaker. Try creating your own answer. Don't translate every word from your language. Think about the idea first, then express it with simple English. Finally, it's time for your day 1 challenge. Speak about yourself for 1 full minute without reading. Tell us your name, where you're from, what you do, why you're learning English, what you enjoy doing, and one goal you have for the future. If you make a mistake, don't stop. Keep speaking and try again. Remember, you don't become fluent by only listening, you become fluent by speaking. This is day 1, and this is your first step toward becoming a more confident English speaker. Take a deep breath, start speaking, and let's begin.
Welcome back to Speak Better Daily and welcome to week 2 of our 30-day English speaking challenge. Last week, we focused on introducing ourselves. Now we're taking the next step, having a real conversation with someone you've just met. Imagine you're at university, at work, traveling, or even sitting in a coffee shop, and someone starts talking to you. What do you say? How do you keep the conversation going? Today, you're going to learn how to do exactly that. Imagine someone says, "Hi, nice to meet you. Is this your first time here?" You could answer, "Yes, it is. I actually came here with a friend, but he left a few minutes ago." Then, you can keep the conversation alive by asking a question back. How about you? Do you come here often? This is one of the secrets of natural conversation. Don't only answer, ask questions too. That gives the other person something to respond to and keeps the conversation moving. Now let's make it more natural. Imagine the person tells you they're new to the city. You could say, "Oh, really? How are you finding the city so far? If they say they like it, you can continue with, "That's great." What do you like most about it? See what's happening. You're not trying to use difficult vocabulary. You're simply showing interest and asking simple questions. This is how real conversations work. You listen, respond, and then give the other person a reason to continue talking. Now it's your turn. Imagine you meet someone new today. Start with a friendly greeting, introduce yourself. Ask where they're from, ask what they do, and then ask one question about their interests. Try to speak for 2 minutes without stopping. Don't worry about grammar mistakes. Your goal is to communicate and keep the conversation alive. Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every English word, it's about using the words you already know with confidence. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and let's make week 2 even stronger than week 1.
Have you ever noticed that you can understand English when someone is speaking, but when they suddenly ask you a question, your mind goes completely blank? You know the words, you understand the question, but you can't respond quickly. Then you start thinking in your own language, translate the sentence into English, worry about your grammar, and finally say something. By that time, the conversation feels difficult. If this sounds familiar, today's lesson is especially for you. We're going to practice one powerful habit that can change the way you speak. English. Thinking directly in English instead of translating everything. Think about your normal morning. You wake up and immediately have thoughts in your first language. Maybe you think, I'm tired. I don't want to get out of bed. I have class today. From today, try changing those thoughts into simple English. I'm tired. I don't want to get up yet. I have class today. What time is it? I need to get ready. Don't worry if the sentences are basic. In fact, basic sentences are perfect for this exercise. You're not trying to write an English exam. You're training your brain to react to your daily life in English. The more often you do this, the less you'll depend on translation. Now imagine you're having breakfast. Instead of thinking silently in your first language, describe what you're doing in English. I'm making breakfast. I'm hungry. I want some tea. The food smells good. I need to leave in 30 minutes. Then imagine someone asks you, what are you doing? You already have the answer in your mind. I'm having breakfast before I go to university. That answer comes faster because you are already thinking about the situation in English. This is exactly what we want. We want English to become connected to your real life, not just something you study from a textbook. You can practice this everywhere. When you're walking outside, look around and describe what you see. There are many people on the street. A man is talking on the phone. That car is stopping. The weather is hot today. I'm walking to the store. When you're using your phone, think, I'm checking my messages. I have 3 new notifications. I'll reply to this message later. When you're studying, think, I need to finish this assignment. This question is difficult. I understand this part, but I need more time. You turn in ordinary moments into English practice. You don't need a teacher or speaking partner. Your everyday life can become your English classroom. But there's another important rule. Don't stop every time you don't know a word. This is where many learners make a mistake. They want to translate every single word perfectly. Instead, try to explain the idea using the English you already know. For example, maybe you don't know the word umbrella. Instead of immediately translating it, you can think it's something I use when it's raining, maybe. You don't know the word. Exhausted, you can say, I'm very tired. This skill is extremely important because fluent speakers don't always know every word either. They know how to keep the conversation going. Here's another powerful exercise. Choose one object near you and describe it for 1 minute. If you see a phone, don't simply think, this is a phone. Go further. This is my phone. I use it every day. I use it to talk to my friends, watch videos, study English, and check messages. It's important to me because I use it for many things. See what happened? You started with one simple word and created several sentences. This is how you build speaking ability from the vocabulary you already have. Now I want you to imagine a real conversation. Someone asks, what did you do today? Don't translate your answer first. Start speaking immediately. Today was pretty busy. I woke up early, had breakfast, and went to university. I studied for a few hours, met some friends, and came home in the afternoon. Now, I'm relaxing and practicing my English. It doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is that you're communicating your ideas without stopping every few seconds to translate. And now comes your week 3, day 1 challenge. Set a timer for 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, think only in English. Talk to yourself silently or speak out loud. Describe what you see, what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you did earlier, and what you're going to do next. If you forget a word, don't give up. Find another way to say it. If you make a grammar mistake, keep going. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is speed, confidence, and natural communication. At first, your brain may feel tired. You may feel like English is slow. You may even want to give up and return to your first language. Don't. That uncomfortable feeling is part of the training. Every time you force yourself to create an English sentence without translating, you're making the process a little easier. After several days, you may notice that certain English phrases appear in your mind automatically. That is progress. So remember this. Don't wait until you know enough English to start thinking in English. Start thinking in simple English, and you'll gradually learn to speak more naturally. You don't need thousands of new words today. You need to use the words you already know. Start small, practice every day, and give your brain time to adapt. Your challenge starts now. 10 minutes. English only. No translating, no fear. Just think, speak, and keep going.
Welcome to week 4 of the 30-day English speaking challenge. You've already completed 3 weeks of practice. You've introduced yourself, practiced everyday conversations, and trained yourself to think in English. Now we're moving to the final stage, confidence and fluency. But let me ask you something. What's really stopping you from speaking English? Is it your grammar, your vocabulary, or is it the fear of making mistakes? The truth is, many learners know more English than they think. They understand videos, recognize vocabulary, and can follow conversations. But when it's their turn to speak, they become nervous. They start thinking, what if I say something wrong? That fear makes them stay silent. But remember this, silence will never improve your speaking skills. Speaking will. You have to give yourself permission to make mistakes. Imagine you're talking to someone and you make a grammar mistake. Maybe you say, yesterday I go to the market. Don't panic. Simply correct yourself. Yesterday I went to the market. Then continue your story. That small correction is not a failure, it's practice. The more you speak, the more you notice your mistakes, and the faster you improve. Your goal isn't to sound perfect. Your goal is to communicate your ideas clearly and confidently. Now it's time for today's challenge. Find a quiet place and speak English for 3 minutes without stopping. Talk about your daily life, your goals, your family, your studies, your work, or something interesting that happened recently. If you forget a word, explain the idea differently. If you make a mistake, keep going. Don't restart from the beginning. Keep moving forward. After 3 minutes, you'll realize that you can say much more than you thought. And remember one final thing. Confidence doesn't come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. Every sentence you say is building your confidence. Every mistake is teaching you something. Every minute you practice is taking you closer to fluency. So don't wait until your English is perfect. Start speaking now.